Parlo's YouTube channel just got terminated and it's pretty much the end. But if you don't know who Parlo is one of the biggest Roblox drama channels on YouTube. Well, at least he was, because he had 600,000 subscribers, but recently his career has gone to shambles. From his channel getting terminated to multiple false allegations, in this video we're going to be talking about everything. But before we get into the massive drama surrounding Parlo, and the huge allegations that are spread against him, and how he might never come back to YouTube, go ahead and subscribe to my channel today because I want to hit 1 million subscribers today, so subscribe. But this entire situation started from a YouTuber named Internet Adjacent, and this person actually used to be friends with Parlo before they met up and did intimate things together. However, when Internet Adjacent and Parlo shared their stories about this, it was fairly different. Where Parlo painted Internet Adjacent as a rapist, Internet Adjacent just said it was a messy encounter. After these allegations surfaced, many of Parlo's associates started to turn against him. Roblox commentary YouTuber named Gwamgo made a video about this, which I'll show you now.
Before I begin this video, I want to clarify that this isn't just a commentary video or some kind of news coverage. This is coming from someone who's been close friends with Parlo for nearly 3 years, and after everything that surfaced a couple nights ago, I've made the decision to completely cut ties with him for good, and in this video I intend to explain why.
And in this video, Gwamgo mentions how he's gonna cut off Parlo, but for something that you wouldn't expect. You see, Parlo posted graphic stuff about their sex life in this video, and it was very disturbing to the young Roblox audience that watched this video, and shortly after this controversy transpired, the community was in shambles. Shown as comments such as, Parlo became what he sought to destroy, defend me, makes the most undefendable thing ever, my mom called it, I was about to donate to this guy and she told me, this is a scam, don't waste it, damn, she was right. And then everyone thought the situation was over. Parlo's career was completely down the drain. He wasn't uploading, he had 2 strikes on his channel, people really thought he wouldn't be uploading for months. And then his whole world crashed around him because he got terminated from YouTube, and now most people think that he's not gonna be able to come back. And Gwamgo posted a whole video about this, and I'll show you a brief section of it.
Parlo's entire channel suddenly went into complete chaos. While Parlo's channel was being taken over by a hijacker, I was actually on call with him. He was asking for my opinions on the response script that he wanted to release, and right in the middle of that call, everything started happening at once. His videos disappearing, permissions changing, and his channel being completely wiped from the face of YouTube.
When this situation transpired, Parlo posted a couple of screenshots to his Discord server about this, and in these screenshots he talks about a Roblox commentary YouTuber named Mugen, where they got Parlo falsely terminated because they uploaded explicit content unlisted from his channel and got multiple YouTubers to spam report this video, so Parlo got terminated. Now, when Parlo's channel got terminated, many people were split on this situation, with some thinking it was deserved and others, like me, thinking it wasn't at all, with comments such as, step away from YouTube? No. Restrict his access to the internet completely. It's funny how fast Parlo's channel got taken down, but Potner remained standing. While I am purely disgusted at Parlo for what he did, I hope he owns up to his mistakes and redeems himself in the long run, rather than watch him suffer. Wishing death upon him is way too far in my world. And right after everything was disappearing from Parlo's channel because he got terminated, Gwamgo and Parlo got into a call and they started talking, and I'll show a clip of what Gwamgo said happened.
During that call, while this was happening in real time, Parlo was completely spiraling. He wasn't just panicking, he was repeatedly talking about ending his and even started describing the kinds of methods he was thinking about. I'm not going to go into detail, but hearing him talk like that was genuinely disturbing and way beyond anything I expected from that call.
And right after that conversation with Gwamgo, he joined another YouTuber's call while they were live streaming, and that YouTuber's name was named Dickers, and on that stream they were just talking about what happened to his channel. They started talking about his second channel, maybe he was gonna come back onto there, and one of the scariest things that I've heard on YouTube happened on this stream. Because Parlo started mentioning that now that that has happened, people are gonna have blood on their hands, meaning he's gonna kill himself. And I'll show you a clip of this conversation, but it is not for the faint of heart.
The man himself, how's it going?
I mean, my fucking channel's gone.
You know that I'm on live right now, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Just making sure you're not gonna say anything crazy right now. Did you try to appeal with YouTube over the 2-factor authentication?
Yeah, they couldn't help.
What, legit? What were they fucking saying?
Since you've given them manager, the responsibility lies on you for everything that they do.
Yeah, that's what I thought they might say. Fucking hell, dude. What about your second channel?
It's done.
That's done as well?
No, like, it's done. Like, not even thinking about that. It's done.
You're gonna just move away from YouTube entirely?
No.
Okay. Yeah, probably say, just probably think on this.
I'm not leaving anything. I'm not leaving anything. I was gonna make the response video, leave and come back. Now, I've seen that that is impossible and can't say, but a lot of people have fucking blood on their hands now, but yeah.
Whoa. Okay. I'm gonna have to say goodbye. I'll chat to you later. Okay, have a good one. Okay.
And as you see, the person that is running that stream freaks out and kicks Parlo from the call. And I personally hope that Parlo does not go through with that, because that would be awful. Even though the terrible stuff that he has done, he does not deserve to do that. Now, I want to clarify any miscommunications with Mugen. This wasn't like an evil attempt by Mugen to hack into Parlo's channel and take everything away from Parlo all at once. Parlo gave Mugen access to his channel months ago. And what he did was not out of hatred, he did it out of desperation. He uploaded an explicit video that he could only see onto Parlo's channel so no one could see it public. Now, I don't support that, but he genuinely just wanted Parlo to be off of the internet for Parlo's mental health. And now people online are calling Mugen an explicit poster and showed explicit content to children when that was just not the case. And a few channels made videos about Mugen and they called him a but that is literally just not the case. They did something messed up, but not that messed up. But Mugen never wanted to hurt Parlo. All they ever wanted to do was just stop Parlo from spiraling like he almost did on that live stream. So in my opinion, attacking Mugen over that, just because of a miscommunication, isn't fair. Now this next part is going to be a private document between Guamgo and Parlo, where Parlo sent Guamgo his document that he was going to upload before his channel got banned. And this whole thing is 9 pages long, so that means it's pretty long, and it's also pretty emotional, so I'm just gonna skim through it and show you guys the points of the document. So the first part of the document, Parlo goes in a lot about how he's not a pedophile because Wolfgang was older than him, which is true, but the sad part about that is no one was calling him a pedophile. No one was even saying that he was a predator. He just keeps bringing it up because he thinks people are talking about that. But the things that people really cared about were the fact that he brought things that they did in private to the public eye to defend himself when that's not what you were supposed to do at all. That's why people were so mad, Parlo, not the fact that they thought you were a pedophile or a predator. But in the document, he goes on to say that he wanted everything to stay private, but this is also where he contradicts himself. Because at the same time that he wanted things to stay private, he kept telling Guamgo to make a video about it constantly and kept pushing him to make a video about it. And he really pushed for Guamgo to defend him, and he clearly wanted his narrative to be out there because of the fact that he kept telling Guamgo to defend him. Now on to another thing that actually happened before everything I just talked about. There is a Roblox commentary channel named Ducky that actually made a video called My Experience with Parlo, and I'll show you a clip from it.
Me and Parlo have been friends on and off since about 2023, right? Since he was, I believe, didn't have access to his YouTube channel. That's when we first met. We would meet because I was friends with some of his friends in the commentary space. This was before I even ran my main YouTube channel, and I had some like Leafy clone YouTube channel back then.
And in that part of the video, he talks about how when he met Parlo, he wasn't even making this content on this channel. He didn't even have this channel beforehand. And he goes on to talk about how he actually betrayed Parlo's trust, and they both kind of betrayed each other's trust by both talking bad about each other. But the things that Parlo said about Ducky basically could have ended Ducky's career after Ducky says he really looked up to Parlo, and I can actually believe that because I've talked to Ducky before, and that was probably over a year ago, where I remember Ducky constantly messaged Parlo and was in calls with Parlo constantly. So trust me when I say I could imagine how much he looked up to Parlo. But then Ducky goes on to talk about the dupe stuff, which I haven't even talked about, so I'll give you a brief run around with that. Parlo met someone that he thought was 17, but was actually catfished because it ends up they were actually 12, and this 12-year-old came out and said said that Parlo was being weird to them when Parlo released screenshots saying that they originally said that they were 17 when he was 18. And that's the brief summary of that situation. But then Ducky says that they do not believe the stuff that happened with him and Dupe because it was, from his words, provenly false. So I'm just gonna believe that because I have not looked that much into this situation. Now I'm just gonna play another clip of what Ducky talks about next.
How many people have told him to like step away from the internet whenever he gets into these like meltdowns, I guess, but he never listens, and I guess this is what it ends up with, and this is what it has ended up with in the end. I wouldn't say he was like a necessarily bad friend to me, other than the fact that he would talk shit about me behind my back, which again, not surprised, and I don't blame him for that because I did the same thing about him.
And I completely agree with Ducky. He should have left the internet and just not talked about this at all on the internet, because that's not something that you should release to your audience. And then Ducky continues to talk about the fact that he doesn't think that Parlo was a bad friend to him, even though they both talked bad about each other. And he goes on to talk about the fact that Parlo did something messed up to him during the drama that him and Guamgo had, where Guamgo didn't like that Ducky used clips from Guamgo's videos, even though they were completely fair use, and there was no problem with him using as many clips as they did, in my personal opinion. And he goes on to talk about how that drama's settled and he's not going to use any more clips from Guamgo. And during that, apparently Parlo did something that was very messed up that Ducky does not approve of at all, where Parlo told Guamgo the girlfriend stuff, which I'm not going to get into because that's a whole complicated thing, that made Ducky very pissed off, and that made him make this video. But the one thing that I will clarify is that Ducky says in that video that Ducky had sex with a 16-year-old when he was 18, which is not an illegal age gap, and that is very close, and that's like a high school relationship. But Parlo has had one of the most successful careers in the Roblox commentary community. However, he is a perfect example of what happens if you overshare inappropriate stuff to a younger age audience. You just might lose everything. It's also a perfect example of why your audience should just stay your audience and not your personal therapist.